Hi, welcome back. In the previous video, we started the walkthrough and we have completed the first three iterations. Now, we are continuing with iteration 4. So, we have a graph, we have the podcast, and now we are in iteration number 4. In iteration 4, 1 was in the queue. Look at it. This is when iteration 3 was completed. 1 is the first entry in the priority queue. Now, in iteration 4, we begin with pop-up. We begin with the pop-up. So, 1 is taken out. Now, verify whether 1 has the solution. No. If it doesn't have, if it has, then the whole algorithm stops there. If it doesn't have the solution, then explode of the node. So 1, I am marking it explode. So look at it. So explode of 1 is also true. So 0, 1, 2, 3, all the 4 nodes are explode. In the frontier, since 1 has already been popped out, there are only 3 entries, 8 with the path cost 42, 4 with the path cost 45, and 5 with path cost 51. So this is the parent node. For 0, parent is 0, that is the root node. For 1, 2, 3, parents are 0. For 4, the parent is 3. So for 4, the path goes through 3. For 5, the path goes through 2. For 8, it goes through 3. So this is the parent relationship so far constructed. Now we must go to 4.2. What is 4.2? For each child of 1, so 1 is the node now. For each child of the node, so they are the neighbors. Find out whether they satisfy the two conditions. So let us look at it. For 1, if you look at 1, 1, 2, 5, 7. For 1, 0, 2, 5, 7. So neighbors are 0, 2, 5, 7, out of which 0 and 2 are already explored. 5 is already in the frontier. So 7 satisfies both the conditions. What are the conditions? Not in the queue, not explored. Two conditions. So 7 has not been explored. 7 is not in the queue. So now we can insert 7 into the queue. If you look at 7, what is the path cost of 7? 0 to 1 is 22. 1 to 7 is 34. So 56. So look, 56. So the path cost is 56. So 7 is inserted into the priority queue with the cost 76. So the order in the frontier is 8 with the cost of 42, 4 with the 45, 5 with 51, and 7 with the 56. That's all. So they have all been added. Now, parent of 7, for 7, what is the parent of 1? So 0, 1, 2, 3 are explode. Now 1 is also explode. That is where 4.2.1 stops. Now we will go to 4.2.2. 4.2.2 says if there is any unexplored node in the queue with higher path cost. Look at it. So 5 is in the queue. 5 is the neighbor of 1 with the path cost 51. Now if you go through 1, what is the path cost for 5? 22 plus 36. So 58. 22 plus 36. 5 is already with 51. Whereas if you go through 1, 22 plus 36, it will be 58. Okay, this is 58. So we need not change it. We can ignore it. We can ignore it. Now, iteration 4 is completed. So at the end of iteration 4, look, this is the frontier. This is the set of explode nodes. This is the parent matrix. Now, 4 iterations are done. Let us move into iteration number 5. In iteration number 5, we will begin with 8, pop 8. So that is the first step we are doing. So, and we will verify whether it has a solution. If no, it doesn't have a solution, then explode of 8 becomes true. Look at it, explode of 8 becomes true, and I have added a black circle into 8. It means it is explode. So that is a 4.1. Now in 4.2, 4.2.1 says that for every child of neighbor, every neighbor of 8, verify the two conditions. For example, for 8, there are 3 neighbors. One is 3, 6 and 7. 3 is already explored. If you look at 6 and 7, 7 is already in the frontier. So 6 is the only node which is neither explored nor in the queue. So we can insert 6. If you want to insert 6, what is the path cost of 6? 12, 30, 42 plus 21. So 63. With 63, we are inserting the node 6. So that's all about 4.2.1. Now let us go to 4.2.2. For 8, 7 is a node already in the queue. It is not explored, but it is in the queue with path cost 56. Now, if you go through 8, what is the path cost? 12, 30, so 42, 42 plus 19, 42, 52, 61. So, 61, it is already there with 56. So, we can ignore because the route through 8 is not advantageous. So, we can stop. So, that's all about 4.2.2. So, iteration 5 is completed. So, at the end of iteration 5, this is where we are. So, now when you go into next iteration, 4 will be popped because 4 in the front. Look at it. 4, you pop 4. Now, it's not having success. So, explode of 4 equal to true. So, explode of 4 equal to true. I have added the black square in 4. So this is about 4.1. 4.2, for every neighbor, verify whether these two conditions are satisfied. If so, insert it. Look at it. How many neighbors are there for 4? For 4, 2, 3, 5, 6. So that's all. Here, 2 and 3 are already explored. 5 and 6 are already in the queue, in the frontier. So, no action. There is no vertex which satisfies both the conditions. Now, 4.2.2. There are 2 nodes which are unexplored but in the queue. What are they? 5 and 6. 5 has the cost 51. 6 has the cost 63. Verify whether going through 4 is advantageous. If you go through 4, for 5, the cost will become 63. Look at it, 12, 33 and 18. It is 63, which is not advantageous. Similarly, for 6 also, you look at it, 12, 33, 23, which is 68. 68, which is not advantageous because already there is a path with 63. So, no action. So, now iteration 6 is completed. So, at the end of iteration 6, 5, 7, 6, these are in the frontier and these are the values. Now, we will go to the next iteration. Here, 5 is popped up, pop 5. Now, verify whether it has the solution. No, then you mark it explode. 5 is also marked explode. So that is about 4.1. 4.2, for every child of 5, we have to check those 2 conditions. So who are all the neighbors of 5? 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. Here, evidently, 1, 2 and 4 are already explored. Now, only 6 and 7, they are already in the frontier, so nothing can be added. So, no vertex is satisfying the two conditions. Now, let us go to 4.2.2. Is there any unexplored node in the frontier with a higher cost? Here, for 5, 6 and 7 are already there with 56 and 63. Now, if you go through 5, so 9 plus 42, 51, 51 plus 39 is 90 for 6. Whereas, so it is not bigger than, it's not shorter than the existing path cost. Similarly, for 7, we get 75, 9, 42, 24, so 75. But there it is 56. So no action. So iteration number 7 is completed. So now 7 and 6 are in the frontier, in the priority queue. So we will pop 7. We will verify whether 7 has the solution. No. So we will mark 7 as explode. Look at it. Explode. So 7 is also explode equal to true. Now we have to check 4.2.1. Every child of 7, we will have to verify those two conditions. So for 7, what are the neighbors? 1, 5, 6, 8. Look at it. 1, 5, 6, 8. 1 is explode, 5 is explode, 8 is explode, and 6 is already in the priority queue. So no action here. Look at it. Next, 4.2.2. Is there anything in the frontier, any unexplored node in the frontier with a higher cost? So 6 is in the frontier with cost 63. If we go through 7, the cost will become 81. So if you go to 22, 34 plus 25, it is 81. So no action, nothing can be done, not at all. So iteration 8 is completed. Now at the end of iteration 8, only 6 is there in the frontier. What shall we do? We will pop. We will verify whether that has a solution. It doesn't have a solution. So mark it explode. 6 is also explode. After exploring, we will go to the 4.2. 4.2.1, we have to verify whether any neighbor is satisfying the conditions. Now, what are all the neighbors? All the neighbors are explored. Look at it. 4, 5, 7, 8, all are explored. So no action. What about 4.2.2? No action, because in the frontier there is nothing. Now frontier has become empty. So iteration 8 is completed. If iteration 8 is completed, the frontier becomes empty. So we come out of the loop. That's all. So the final result is, look at the parent, 0, 0, 0. So this is for 0, 0 is the parent. For 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 0 is the parent. For 4, 3 is the parent. For 4, 3 is the parent. For 5, 2 is the parent. For 6, 8 is the parent. For 7, 1 is the parent. For 8, 3 is the parent. So in level 0, only 1. Level 1, 1, 2, 3. In level 2, 7, 5, 4, 8. And for L3, it is 6. So this is how the uniform cost search algorithm works. If you want to analyze the algorithm, first we must verify whether the solution is complete, whether the algorithm will actually give the solution. It means the correctness of the solution. If the solution is not available in any of the nodes, we must say that there is no solution. If the solution is available somewhere, it is. So by going through the logic, it will find out the solution if there is anything. The time complexity can be analyzed. The time complexity is order of B power D, where B is the branching factor, number of branches. How many branches? If there are 5 branches, we will have to go through all the 5, and diameter is the longest distance. So order of b power d is the time complexity, and the space complexity is order of b power d, and gives the optimal solution. Thank you.